Pound yen. This is one of the most difficult pairs to trade. Some people I know call it Satan. I'm not that bad about it, but I mean, here again, you've got two economies that are fairly weak. Nobody's changing rates. We talked about the headwinds the UK faces. We talked about the fact that Japan is still in a long-term recession. It's pretty rangy, and this pair can move 200 pips in a day without even taking a breath. Right now, I'm bullish, but this is a pair that you have to watch very carefully, both from a fundamental and from a technical standpoint. And you need to be very sure that you've got the right position size and that you've got the right stop. And do not let a loser run on this pair, because you can lose. I mean, I've seen people lose 1,000 pips in a day or two on this pair. It's not that wild right now, but it can happen. And just one fundamental event that rattles the markets, and you'll see it in this pair much more violently than you'll see it in other pairs, especially if it affects either the UK or the yen directly. So let's go over and take a look at the chart. Here is our 1 week chart. Once again, we had an uptrend, came down, then we were on a pretty decent downtrend, and we broke up above that. And I like to expect consolidation whenever there's a trend, a significant trend line break. But in this case, we haven't had a consolidation that's kept us in this range. We've actually had a pretty good upsloping trend line here, and it's been respecting it. At the top, it's been respecting it around the support, or if you want to even push it up a little higher, you can go there, you can go there, draw your own line. But the reality of it is that it's not making lower lows, and it's coming up to this resistance line. My expectation is that we'll continue to move up this line here, and eventually we'll push our way through this resistance. Once that occurs, I can easily see this pair moving up maybe to this point, if not this point, to try to test that high again. If it gets out of the box and it goes above that high, which to be fair is only 1,500 pips, it could do that in 2 weeks, maybe less. If it gets out of that box, it could run for a while, especially if we continue to get jawboning out of the Bank of Japan or out of the finance minister about really wanting a weaker yen. Some really good news out of the UK or a big rally in the equities markets could take this pair for a nice little ride. So watch it, and I would be trading this to the bullish side and trying to get a decent sized position at this when it pulls back, and get a tight stop and just hold it and hope that it breaks this resistance here. Let's see. Okay, that covers what I wanted to talk about on fundamentals and charts. Ari, did you want to talk about this, and then it'll open it up for questions?
Sure. Thanks, Robin. Great job, as usual. FXCEM is accepting members. Basically what we do, if you like what you saw, what Robin just did, we're going to be providing weekly updates. Also, in more detail, there'll be trade calls. Some people like to call them trade alerts. We can be reached at 888-345-9120. We could be emailed at admin@fxcem.com. Please check out our Facebook group, or if you already have an account with Facebook, become a member of the group. FXCEM is the name of the group. Our website, www.fxcem.com, and our YouTube channel, the URL is right there. It's www.youtube.com/FXCEM. And to sign up for a weekly update, the link is right there. It's also going to be available probably Friday or Monday on our site